So welcome to episode 2 of the RimWar playthrough, where we're playing with this new mod, RimWar. Already I've noticed this mod makes the game feel a lot more dynamic in a sense that there's a lot more happening on the world map. Like there's scouting parties, raids, caravans constantly going on. Like we got a scouting party over here, a caravan over here, another caravan over here. And if we send a caravan over to them, we can interact with them rather than your interactions on the map just being completely random. Another thing that's really dynamic is nearby factions. So this was a industrial faction earlier, just like this settlement, but it got taken over by the medievals, and the medievals had another settlement over here that I guess got wiped out. I've also noticed sometimes next to each settlement there will be this little star, and that indicates it's the capital. And I'm wondering what happens when we take over a capital, and we're gonna try to find out really early on in this episode actually. Before we get into that whole thing, Darcius was trashing on Kawaii Waifu. There might have been a little projecting going on because the dude uploaded Pokemon Go a year ago. Not that there's anything wrong with Pokemon, I do feel like it is kind of aimed for kids, at least a bit more so than a race of bloodthirsty fox girls who increase their power by sacrificing humans. I like the idea of enemy raiders' corpses having a purpose. Usually you just toss them into the incinerator, but with this mod we can increase our soul reap level. Now I do think it's a bit too easy to increase our soul reap level. I tried to go into the mod settings to increase the amount of bloodstones you need to increase your power level, but modifying a mod like this is just a bit too high IQ for me. I was however able to go into the mod settings and increase the market value of Revians. It was already increased to 2250, but that's only 500 above a normal colonist. I did not feel like that was nearly enough. Once you guys see Soul Reap 9, then you guys will understand what I mean. You'll also notice that Kawaii Waifu's market value is now insanely high. It's at 18.7k, and that's because I went into another one of our mods, the one that's giving us this god trait, Artemis's Blessing, and I made it so that if someone has a god trait, their market value is increased by 3 times. I feel like doing this is going to bring the mod a bit closer to an ideal vanilla balance. I don't know where the exact number is. Maybe it's 4 times, maybe it's 5 times. I think 3 times feels good though for now. And because our market value is so high now, that's going to increase our wealth, and we're going to start getting raided by a lot stronger forces. Another thing I did that's going to increase our wealth substantially is I went into the Thrombonian mod, and their base market value is 3k, which I did not feel like was enough. Their body parts have triple the amount of HP as a normal colonist, and they do quite a bit more damage in melee, and they have some built-in armor. For these reasons, I made their market value 9k, which I feel like we may need to increase this even more potentially. Once you guys see these absolute killing machines in combat, then you'll know what I mean. But yeah, we have 3 Thrombonian prisoners, and one's about to join us. When he does, that's going to increase our market value by, it says his value right now is only 6.3k. I guess his character quality is not super high, like he doesn't have an insane amount of skills. Once she gets more in construction, for example, we'll probably have Kina be our builder. I think that will increase her character quality, and that's going to make her start being worth a lot more. After making those adjustments, and the Thrombonians have not even joined us yet, our wealth skyrocketed from 20.5k all the way up to 37.5k, and that's only factoring in Kawaii Waifu's new value. So yeah, we can expect some really powerful raids coming soon. In the meantime, we're just waiting for Kenzo to recruit all these Thrombonians. He does only have 4 social. Ross is about to join us though, as in episode 1 we made Ross fall in love with Kenzo, and they're now lovers, and they have almost 100 opinion of one another. Ross does have 100 opinion of Kenzo, and that really helps every time Kenzo talks to Ross. And right there we got 0.9 resist down from just talking to Ross. It would also help if Ross was in a better mood. She really wants to sleep with Kenzo. She's also filthy because we have not washed her, and she's also hungry. In order to fix their hygiene problem, we're gonna make them a bathroom in this prisoner cell. And here we go, Ross is actually washing herself in the tub. We also don't need that wall there. That was just lowering the size of the room. But yeah, we separated this room off, and the reason why we had to separate it off with a stall door is because the latrine and the water tub lower cleanliness and they lower beauty. I guess separating the room off with just a stall door does not help the cleanliness or the beauty. It just makes it so they can do their business in private, and if people see them doing their business, then they're gonna get a negative moodlet. Cause yeah, if we separate off the bathroom, this room is now clean and the beauty's fine. So yeah, it looks like if we want our prisoners to have access to a toilet and the ability to wash themselves, the room is just gonna have to take a bit of a beauty and cleanliness hit, at least for now, until we research the tech to be able to build a better bath and toilet, which Malowitz is over here working on. for some reason the stool has not been built. Well, we don't really know the tech that Malowitz is trying to research. Our research is completely random, but we do research 3 times quicker. I also forgot to build him a light in here, and that does affect his research speed. It was lowering it by 20%. And yeah, I guess with his 8 intellectual, that's not lowering or increasing his research speed. It's just making him research at the baseline level. He's researching at a 300% speed. I will say the tech he's researching is taking forever though. Like, he's not getting much progress. I think this is a big one. Another thing I've done to alter the naked brutality start is I made it so we start with 0 tech. He could be researching electricity right now for all we know. That would be really good if it was the case. So earlier I was talking about how the size of our raids will increase because our wealth increased, and I think the frequency of our raids is about to increase as well because now our storyteller has changed. It's a new quadrum, which I guess that happens every 15 days because we are on day 15. Every quadrum we're going to have a new storyteller. It's Hildegard Epic. So with Hildegard Epic, she sends more big threats while causing less incidents. We also have increased our threat scale by 500% versus the normal threat scale for losing is fun is 220, so this could be a problem. I wasn't originally planning on beefing this base's defenses up, but we might just need to set something up, like some kind of basic bunker system or something. We got some visitors, and we did send them away as we don't have enough guest beds for all of them, and they don't have that great of stats, but we can get a quest from them. We're going to take the opportunity site for 200 silver, and we now have a quest on our map to check out some ancient ruins. So Ross the Thrombonian ended up joining us, and pretty good timing too, because we need someone that's going to be dedicated to be building our defenses. I messed this up too. I need to make that embrasure. And Ross is going to be extremely good at combat as she is ninja-like. She gets some extra dodge chance and melee hit chance, some extra movement speed, and she has a minor passion for melee. Another cool thing about Ross joining us is now Ross and Kenzo can sleep together, and that's going to boost both their moods by quite a bit if they get some lovin' on, which it looks like they did not get any lovin' on the first night. We also built them this double bedroll made out of lizard skin, and in episode 1 I ended up building beds because we did have the tech for it, but I ended up removing all of our tech, so yeah, I think I might just deconstruct these beds. And the only thing we can build right now as far as beds is these bedrolls. Earlier we deconstructed all those crypto sleep caskets for a lot of steel, and we actually went through all of it. Deconstructing the steel beds did help though, and that gave us enough steel to be able to complete our basic bunker system, which we actually are about to test out. We got this quest, Post Emergency Descent, and there's a shuttle that's looking for a place to land, and if we allow them to land in our territory, they're going to get attacked by a bunch of tribespeople, and we got to protect them. They will give us some honor, and we could use that to increase Kwai Waifu's rank, or they will give us this Tearing Masterwork Great Bow, and I kind of want this thing because A, it's Masterwork, so it's going to have really good accuracy and a little bit more damage, but B, it has some really good modifiers like 10% more damage and 10% less range cooldown. The thing also is a long warm-up time, but Kwai Waifu doesn't care about warm-up time, and the cooldown's pretty short, so yeah, we're going to take the bow. And there's the crash. We got some really geared dudes actually. Kalto and Tonskis, they both have pretty good shooting too, so this should not be difficult. The raiders haven't arrived yet, and meanwhile we sent out Kenzo and Malowitz on a trade caravan with a bunch of this elephant meat. We're gonna sell all that, and elephant leather we got from killing 3 elephants earlier. That's gonna give us 1700 silver, which is gonna be enough to be able to afford this flak jacket, which gives us decent protection to the torso, neck, shoulders, and arms, but also this cataphract helmet, which offers an insane amount of protection to the head. And here comes the raid. It's actually quite a bit of dudes, but they're all melee. So one thing I forgot about this quest is they actually end up going straight for the shuttle. They don't go for our defenses. And Tonskis has a really nice weapon, and so does Kalto, it looks like. And crap, they're getting killed. We got Ross over here too to kind of protect. And oh no, that's not good. One of their dudes already died. Hope that wasn't their commander. We need to keep him alive. Ross is now tanking 3 dudes, and these civilians are just kind of useless, I guess. But that's alright. And Tonskis went down, oh no. And they're going for a civilian. This is bad. And they're fleeing though, that's good. Hopefully they don't, oh, they killed that guy. Crap. None of the raiders ended up surviving. There's still a few running, but the main thing is we're gonna have Ross come over here and stabilize up Tonskis, and Kwai Waifu actually did knock out this guy, Biartul Sia, who's really not that good. He's got a brain injury, and as far as his skills, he doesn't have many. He's also got this idiot savant trait, which makes him learn stuff a lot quicker, but he works slower. I don't like that. So yeah, we're gonna let that dude bleed out. And the main thing now is Ross is over here bandaging up Tonskis. Ross did get quite a few injuries though. She's actually gonna bleed out in 18 13 hours. And Taniscus actually has 14 hours. Their shuttle's going to get here soon though, so I don't think we need to bandage him up, or her. We just ended up sending them back to base for now, and we're going to have Kawaii Waifu tend up Ross's injuries with no medicine actually, which is unfortunate. There's quite a bit of cuts here and stabs that could get infected, but we're just going to hope they don't, I guess. I mean, we just don't have any medicine. All right, we stabled up Ross, and now Kawaii Waifu is going to rescue Taniscus, and he's still got like 11 hours left, and their shuttle got here, so we're going to have her carry him over to the shuttle and put him in the shuttle, and boom. We did get the quest done. We did lose relation with the Black Empire though, because we lost some civilians, but we still got the reward. We got a couple other rewards too, like we got this triple rocket launcher that has not been fired yet. This charge LMG unfortunately is biocoded to Taniscus, and since it's biocoded though, only he can use it, so yeah, it's kind of a waste. We did also get a battle rifle though, and this thing has longer range than the great bow. The damage is kind of low, but it fires 2-round bursts. This might actually be better than the great bow. So shortly after that whole crash ship event, we got an exotic goods trader, and they will give us a quest for 200 more silver. So medieval tournament is a lot of RNG as to if we're going to get a good one, and if we even win the tournament, it is pure RNG. Long night is an event that can last apparently for like a couple years, and it will just be night for years. No thanks. Psychic rain, I believe, makes people age quicker if they're in the psychic rain. I don't think we want that. Hospitality refugee, let's do that event. We got this quest, Tibor Sad Drifters. Tibor and another desperate refugee have escaped an organ harvesting operation. They beg for our permission to stay for 6 days so they can rest and regroup. They will work and fight for free during that time, and if we make them happy, some of them may join us. I've had this event a couple times, and usually like one will join us and then one will just turn on us, but they could be really good, so yeah, we're gonna accept. And we got Tibor over here. He is a nudist. He's not good at combat at all. He's decent at mining, I guess, and he has a Scrounger trait which increases his mining speed, so yeah, the dude's really good at mining. We also got, is that a Revian? I think I see a tail on Eubanks. Unfortunately, she's terrible at combat. She does have the master medic trait, so she tends slower and she operates slower, but her surgery success chance and 10 quality are increased by 40%. That's actually really good. She might be a better medic than Kenzo, who has 17 medical, and she does have the torture artist trait. You need this trait in order to make legendaries, and she does have a minor passion for art and crafting. Yeah, I think we definitely want to keep this girl around, assuming she will join us. I will say, since Revians have such a high market value though, I don't know if it's completely worth to keep her around. I don't know, we'll keep them around for now, and we'll see who decides to end up joining us. We'll also trade with this exotic goods trader, and they do have a psychic pacifier actually. This is a really nice item that we can use to convert an enemy over to us. The question is, can we afford it? It costs 2,300. We have a bunch of components that we can sell. We don't need these components right now because we have no electricity researched, and we might be really far away from researching it, so we're going to sell all those. We'll sell this plasteel that we don't need. We could make walls out of it, but we're not going to be here for that much longer anyways. Oh, and then we have a ton of gold down here. We have 240. That should, yeah, that's going to be plenty. We might actually be able to afford this telescope as well, which would be really good. It offers some really nice recreation because it's a different type of recreation than we have so far. You want various types of recreation because they get bored of doing like solitary, for example, and social. That's pretty much all we got. And then we got dexterity play too. But yeah, when it comes to recreation, the more the merrier. So let's pick up that telescope and the psychic pacifier. And yeah, we can afford both of those. We had an event that said a hostile scouting party was coming with a pretty massive combat power of 1848, but they never ended up showing up, which I was kind of surprised about considering we have not gotten raided for a long time, since I think it was like day 3, and we're now on day 21. The only other hostile event was the crash ship raid we got earlier, but that was from a quest. I think the reason why we're not really getting raided by too much is a lot of the nearby factions are at war with each other and they're not really worried about us, I guess. I don't know, because it's not like there's nothing happening on the map. I've been seeing tons of activity, tons of people fighting. It's just they're not fighting us. Our storyteller did end up changing as well, which is odd. It says we're only on day 22 right now. It's supposed to change every 15 days, and it already changed on day 15, but for some reason it did change again. Our storyteller is now Freya Fierce. With Freya, if you don't raid for a long time, then she will give your colonists a negative moodlet, but she's not going to be our storyteller for that long, so I don't think that part's going to matter. She does limit technology that you can research to medieval. Again, that's not going to matter because we don't have any tech, and she also gives completely random events similar to Randy Random. Speaking of random events, we got a random cargo drop map, which did drop us in this Devil Strand button-down shirt that we're going to give to Ross, as it gives a good amount of protection to the torso, neck, shoulders, and arms. And it can also be worn underneath the flak jacket, so Ross's chest is going to be really protected. I did think it was odd that while Hildegard Epic was our storyteller for a week, she did not send us any raids, and I was looking into the dynamic storyteller mod, and this guy was saying that the mod prevents raid and traders. It may have conflicts with the RimWar mod, and I think there's something weird going on there. So for now, we're not going to use the dynamic storyteller mod, and we're going to stick with Freya Fierce. We got an event where Tibor, one of our refugees, is actually getting hunted by a panther, and we're going to see if Waifu can save him. Now, she does have a battle rifle, so she's got decent range, and very nice. We hit the panther. Looks like Tibor will survive. Oof, that was actually kind of close. He was really far out in the middle of nowhere when that panther started hunting him. So since swapping out the dynamic storyteller mod, we still have not gotten raided. We're on day 25 now. We swapped it out, I think it was like day 22-ish. It says we got raided. I'm not sure if this is some kind of visual bug, because like there are some field battles over here, but as you can see, there's no raids. There was the panther hunting event way down here. That might have been what this is referring to. I don't know why exactly it says that. I mean, there is a merchant here now, so maybe it got confused that this merchant is actually not hostile. These guys do also have a quest opportunity. We don't have enough silver in base though right now, although maybe we could trade for some. Malwitz has no social though. Kenzo, who does have our social, was over here talking to Dumengalo, who does only have 2.8 resist left, and Dumengalo's our last prisoner that we need to join us. So yeah, we're gonna have Kenzo come over here, and hopefully we can scrounge up enough silver here so we can get a quest from these guys. We do have some sculptures actually they'll buy. Let's sell all these sculptures, and that should be enough. It says we don't have any silver at all though. Sell these poor pants, this poor tribal wear. It's really low quality. This hand cannon, I guess, both of them, and that's gonna be enough silver for a quest. So let's do an item stash quest. I think could be something really good. And oh yeah, freaking legendary great bow. It's got a concussive modifier on it as well, which does increase the cooldown but also increases the damage, and it has a 10% chance to stun the target for 40% of the damage. And yeah, the accuracy on this thing is going to be really good. This could be better than the battle rifle at range, because yeah, it has a lot of damage. Legendary bows have a lot more damage, and then armor pen too is really good. I will say the item stash is kind of far. It's all the way down here, but we do have a party with Ross and Ekim, two of our Thrombonians that we sent over to these ancient ruins. They made it over here, and I think there's 3 ancient ruins on this map. We're gonna have Ross open. What are those things? Oh no. Run. We might actually be screwed here. Ekim does have a bow. Holy crap, we just killed that thing. So Ekim does have 12 shooting, and she's trigger happy, and she does have this masterwork bow. So hopefully she's gonna carry this. I don't know what exploded, by the way. Something exploded. Was that the mech dying? So I'm playing with a new mech mod. It's Mech Enemy or something like that. It's been around for a while, but yeah, it has really good reviews, and thought I'd try it out this playthrough. I'm not sure how we want to play this. Just keep kiting. Oh, okay, another one-shot kill from Ekim. And so apparently those mechs are actually not that tanky, and like this dagger snout is actually weaker than the Scyther. I was looking at the bio of it. They do appear in greater numbers usually though, and so yeah, that was a bit scary when we were opening the tome, but these mechs look scarier than they are. Alright, so I'm gonna have Ekim and Ross split up here. Ross just gonna go east, and then Ekim's gonna kite these things south. I'm hoping they... oh, we hit the Rhino. Yeah, these guys are not chasing Ekim though, which is kind of annoying. There we go, we finally killed it. That dagger snout was actually kind of tanky. We hit it 6 times, but then it also absorbed a bunch of shots. Like, it does have some built-in armor. So in this tomb, there was 5 Luciferium, which is actually really good. I did not realize that Thrombonians actually need double the Luciferium that a normal person needs, because 1 Luciferium will only fill their Luciferium meter up to half. So yeah, giving Ekim the Luciferium to cure her brain injury might have been a mistake, but we did just get 5 more, so that's good. We're down to, I think, like 10 now total. We're not gonna have Ekim shoot at these caskets, and yep, as I thought, there was hostiles in here, but most of them are actually knocked out. There's only Demetrius that's up, and he's got a marksman rifle, by the way, which is a really good rifle. And he's puking, and we tagged him. Very nice. So before we look at any of these guys' stats, they might actually be really good, and they do have some good armor on, which is nice. We can take that, and it won't be tainted because they're not dead yet. But yeah, Demetrius just shot a Rhino. Very nice. And it actually revenged, and now it's fighting these Lancers, which is perfect, kinda. We're gonna have to kill the rest of the Rhinos though when they're done with the Lancer or Scyther, and then this Scyther is taking out Demetrius. Looks like Demetrius is kind of screwed here. Yeah, he's dead. RIP Demetrius. Now we got 3 Rhinos to deal with. And actually, you know what? Maybe we're gonna have these Rhinos potentially help us here. There's another tome, but Okay, yeah, it's got insects in it. These insects might aggro on the rhinos, which would be awesome. I don't know who dropped their Luciferium right there. But yeah, we're gonna hope that these things fight. Yeah, they're not gonna fight. They're manhunting. And by the way, we just picked up a new gun from the mechs. Usually mechs don't drop their gun. Okay, finally we tagged this thing. It does not do that much damage, even though it sounds really terrifying. And does like this explosion type of thing. It only does like 12 damage, I think. We need to actually just tag this rhino. It's moving too fast. That thing was slowing Ecom down by a lot too. I think it's really heavy. Being that it's a mech gun. Yep, tag that rhino, very good. Don't get hit. Oh, nice, tagged it again. Can we just not get hit by the rhino? That'd be perfect. Because we don't want Ecom to get injured. Very nice, we took out the rhino. There's only one rhino left, and yeah, let's strip these guys before they die, or Dimwoodle at least. He does have a marine armor, so we can use that. Question is, are they any good? This guy is actually a diplomat, which does give him more social and negotiation ability, and he's got a good amount of social. We could potentially use this guy, because we don't really have anyone that's good at social right now. He's also not going to have that high of market value as well. Well, right now his market value is only 175 because he's really injured, but yeah, this guy could be good to have around just so that he could be like our warden, and when he's not managing prisoners, he could do research. He's got a minor passion for intellectual. And then how about Hobson? Dude is really not that good, it looks like. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything I like. He's also a dunce, which lowers his learning rate. Yeah, we'll let Hobson die, and then we'll try to save Dimwoodle, I guess. Or you know what we'll do for now? We'll just strip him and then put him back in the casket because we're not going to be here for much longer. But we are going to stop by this location on the way back home. So we'll grab him on the way back home and we'll bandage him up and everything. Let's grab this incendiary launcher, this marksman rifle. I guess we got 2 marksman rifles and we got a marine armor. Let's grab that, the components, the plasteel. And crap, it looks like the refugees are leaving. Tibor says he won't forget what we've done. And yeah, I think we're gonna let Tibor leave, but now the question is, do we want to capture Eubanks? I'm kind of surprised she didn't join us too, because like we've kept her mood pretty good. We gave her own room, and it's actually a nice room too. It's a decent bedroom, decent dining room. We've let her do art, which is something she likes to do. She has good relation with Kenzo and Kwai Waifu. I'm really surprised that she did not stay. The question is she gonna be worth to keep around? Like, I kind of think she is, because since she's a Revian, we can increase her manipulation by quite a bit, and that's gonna help her art and medical. And yeah, she can make us legendary art. We got a full leadership event. Finally, we're getting some kind of events, and okay, we got some new mechs here. So the ship is gonna start killing plants around it, and if we don't take it out, then it's gonna just keep expanding. We actually don't necessarily need to take it out though, because we're not gonna be here for that long, so we don't really care if it wipes out all the plants. It takes a while for it to start wiping out all the plants as well. So we had Kwai Waifu arrest Eubanks. She had a 100% chance because her manipulation's so good. Unfortunately, Eubanks has 36 resist, which is gonna take quite a while to get through. I'm not sure if we're going to want to go through all that, and like if we do get a slave trader or something, we might sell her off because she does have a 5k value. Meanwhile, on the map, Ross and Ecom made it over to the item stash, and we ran into kind of a pretty big problem. So apparently this mech enemy mod that adds the new mechs also adds in a new faction and new gear, and I did not know about this. As we were fighting this girl, she hit us with 2 bursts of her stalker rifle, and it did 36 hits on Ecom, and she was using marine armor and the cataphract helmet we got from earlier. Off of just those 2 bursts, she was going to bleed out in 14 hours, and yeah, this thing is way too broken. It also apparently can just demolish defenses, and it's just not something I want to deal with later. I thought the mechs were cool, but yeah, the weapons are just too overpowered. So I went to the game file and wiped out that race. In the meantime, we do have a royal tribute collector entering our territory, and yep, they're gonna aggro these mechs, which I didn't really want them to do that. These are apparently not a part of that mod, by the way. They're part of the alpha animals mod. But yeah, I didn't really want these guys to aggro these mechs because we don't really care about clearing them out, and we could have used them to clear out a really difficult raid. Also, if any of these guys do die, it's kind of on us, and I think we lose a relation with this faction, which it's looking like none of them are actually gonna die. Eldos got knocked out, but he just has a bunch of frostbite wounds from the cryogenic gun that one of these mechs were using. He's not even bleeding or anything. I mean, this fire might burn him alive, although it's raining, so never mind. But yeah, so RIP all those mechs. We also did just pick up a quest from this Revian, actually. We've been running into a lot of Revians on this playthrough, which I'm not complaining. She will join us, but there's a pack of 18 manhunting Ripper Hounds. I have no idea what these are. We only have 7 hours to decide if we want to do this quest, and I think we're gonna do it. Before accepting though, well, Kwai Waifu's gonna use the toilet, but then we're gonna have her make an offering with these bloodstones. I kind of forgot that we do have quite a few extra. We only need 16 to advance to the next level, I believe, and that will give us some extra movement speed, manipulation, lower damage taken, and yeah, 5% more movement speed is gonna be nice for these Ripper Hounds potentially, because they might be really fast. But yeah, let's accept this quest, and we're gonna hope this girl's good. It says her weapon's an excellent service rifle, but it's got a really weird enchant. It lowers the damage by 80%, but it deals 350% extra blunt damage, so this could be good for if you don't want to mortally wound someone, because I don't believe they can bleed from blunt damage. I mean, we can try it out. I also noticed all of her gear is actually excellent. Like, she's got some trousers, a duster, this excellent advanced chest piece, a excellent shirt as well, and some excellent goggles. As for her skills though, they suck pretty bad. She's got a minor passion for cooking, but Kwai Waifu's the cook, and she's got a burning passion for melee, so we can have her do melee, but I don't know. She really doesn't seem all that good. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do with her around camp. Alright, well, here comes the Ripper Hounds. These things are not messing around by the looks of it. They look kind of terrifying, although they don't have that much HP, I think. Crap, this one's actually getting kind of close. We're gonna have Kwai Waifu take out the light SMG. It's just a bit lighter. And yeah, I think we can just outrun these things and just kite them. Oh, and there's an overgrown dead Colossus over here. It's gonna spoil soon. We should definitely butcher that if we can. We're gonna have a lot to butcher though after we get done with all these hounds. There is just so many of these things. And yeah, the battle rifle is way more effective than the light SMG. It's doing really good damage to these things. And we only need to hit them, I want to say like 8 shots to take out one of these hounds. It would be really nice too if we had a better defense system set up, because we could have these things just chill outside of our defense area and they would attack raiders that attacked us. Because they won't attack our walls, like they'll just chill outside of our walls. We just don't have any wall system set up. So we got to kill them all, which I don't like doing, but oh well. So we killed all the hounds and we started butchering them up. We only butchered up a few, but we're now having Demengolo, who did recently join us. She's turning their fur into tribal wear, and we're just gonna sell this off probably. We're just trying to grind up her crafting skill, because yeah, she has a burning passion for crafting, and she's too smart, so she's gonna learn it really quickly. She's gonna learn it at a 225% rate versus normally it would only be 150% with the burning passion. So yeah, our goal right now is just to get her crafting up to 20 as quickly as we can, so we can start making some really good stuff. Meanwhile, on the world map, Ross and Ekim did make it over to the item stash. I had to go back a little bit. The autosave was, I think, a day before we entered this place the first time, and we ran into that girl with a super OP weapon. But yeah, it's now looking like there's a lot more dudes here. There's a bunch of Giganolopes. These do not belong to them, but we do have a psychic pacifier, so we could potentially just convert one of these guys if they had like a legendary trait or something, which none of them do. And I think we might save that psychic pacifier for somebody that does have a legendary trait. Before we fight these guys, we're gonna have Ross make some bedrolls out of this plain leather, and yeah, Ross is really good at construction. Well, she has 8, but that's good enough to make, what is she gonna make, a normal one? That's fine. And a poor one. Really, Ross? You knew better than poor with your 8 construction, I know. And there we go, she made a good one. But yeah, it's nighttime right now, and we're just gonna have them sleep and get their comfort up. They were really uncomfortable, but now Ross is quite comfortable, and that's boosting her mood. And Ekim's mood should be pretty good. We don't want them to have a mental breakdown while we're doing this raid. That would be horrible. And yeah, I think that's enough rest. Let's give Ekim this accurate marksman rifle. The accurate modifier just gives it 3% more accuracy. And I guess our other marksman rifle that we have is bio-coated, so we only have 1 marksman rifle. We'll just drop that one. Let's also give her this marine armor, and let's give her probably the cataphract helmet, just because she's going to be probably doing all the combat for the most part. Ekim is trigger happy, which does lower accuracy by, I guess, only 3. It used to be 5, but it lowers her aiming time, so she's going to be rapid firing this marksman rifle. We're just going to have her unload, and she just demolished Christina with that hit, and then the other 2 are not actually doing that much, and we knocked her out, by the way. So have Ross start shooting at these guys. Jaeger's actually really quick. Maybe we pull back a little bit. We have way more range than these guys, so we could actually do this without getting tagged at all. We tag Jaeger pretty good. Let's just keep running, I guess. Tag Dylan as well. Throwing Molotovs, but yeah, it's not doing anything. Incendiary launcher did hit Jaeger, and he's burning. Very nice. Yeah, again, we don't really care about like actually not killing these guys, because they all, well, they're not legendary, I guess. I didn't see their traits like and skill combos too closely. I wasn't really paying that much attention, so some of them might actually be pretty decent. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they're not hitting us at all. We actually hit Lori there. That's crazy that Ross is actually hitting these shots. I guess that fire thing is not setting Lori on fire, and actually, yeah, she is now burning. And Jaeger's just chasing us around with the Molotovs, but those are really hard to use from this range. Molotovs, the main thing with them is you want to use them in like close corridor places, and nice, they're fleeing now. It's actually, yeah, try to kill Jaeger. We'll just run him down. Let's see if we can kill Jaeger before he gets to the edge. Can we get him? Oh, he actually got out, really? But yeah, so we won the item stash. Christina is currently knocked out. She's actually gonna bleed out in 1 hour, so she's pretty dead. Here's our legendary bow. Let's see if there's anything in these other rooms over here. Nope, nothing of value, really. I don't think we can save Christina, and even if we could, I don't necessarily think we'd want to, because yeah, she's very diplomatic, which increases her negotiation ability by quite a bit, but she only has 4 social, and she's also abrasive, so she tends to rub people the wrong way, gets in fights. That doesn't seem like something you'd want for your social person. So yeah, we're just gonna let her bleed out. Before she does bleed out though, in 1 hour, we will strip her and we'll take all of her gear. She has a flak vest that we can use. We did finally end up researching our first tech, terrain rehabilitation, which is actually a really nice one. So earlier I made it so we had absolutely no tech, but I decided I had to give us passive cooler. Like right now we actually have a heat wave going on, and if we didn't have the ability to make passive coolers, everyone would just get heat stroke and die. Well, I guess it's not completely true. Like this tribal wear does increase Malowitz's comfortable temperature range up to 95 degrees, but it would be 138 degrees, maybe even hotter inside actually, because we have a campfire going. It could get up to like 145 maybe inside if we didn't have any coolers. And I thought not being able to build a passive cooler at the start of the game is kind of a pretty big hassle, so I did give us that tech. And yeah, now we researched our second tech, terrain rehabilitation, which allows us to till soil. It's really good for farming, and we'll get more into that once we do start farming. We just want to get out of here though. We don't want to do any farming yet. Once our caravan with Ross and Ekim make it back home, then we're just gonna immediately leave this place. We cut up all those Ripper Hounds for a ton of Ripper Hound meat, and we loaded that up on Dumenglo and Rangil. We got 2k Ripper Hound meat that we can sell these guys. It's gonna go bad soon too, and that meat value is almost 2k silver. We also made 4 tribal wares that will just sell these guys in order to be able to afford this heavier crypto hatchet. So this weapon is a part of the Vanilla Fashions expanded Vikings mod, and I've never actually tested out crypto weapons. This is the first time I played this mod, but apparently when you hit someone with this weapon, it will make them really cold and they might get hypothermia. And also apparently we can throw the weapon. It's not that accurate unless we're at really short ranges, but yeah, we really need melee weapons, and this thing's also usable with a shield, so it would be good for one of our tank Thrombonians. After doing the trade, we sent Rangel back home with the weapon, and we sent over the Thrombonian Dumenglo over to the settlement field well. We do have Ross and Ekim heading over here, but Dumenglo has 5 medical, which is better than their medicals, and we're gonna have her stabilize this guy up. She just needs to get through 2 wounds, I think. Yeah, after the first one, he's got 10 hours, and yeah, he's good now. She's now gonna load him up on a caravan, and we're gonna hope that she can make it out without having a mental breakdown, because she's in a really bad mood, and she made it out. Shortly after, she did go into a sad wander, but Ross and Ekim made it over here. We're gonna have Ross meet up with Dumenglo, and as long as one person in the caravan is not having a mental breakdown, then the caravan will move. So we're gonna have Ross escort the mentally distraught Dumenglo and the ancient prisoners she saved back home, and meanwhile we're gonna have Ekim clear out the rest of these ruins. There is an ancient tome here, and okay, there's actually nothing behind that wall, but there's another wall that we're gonna open, and there's gonna be something inside this tome. We have no idea what. It's actually mechs. So there's a centipede here that's about to fire, and there's also a lancer as well as a siege breaker. I don't know what this thing is. It apparently has siege weapons that can demolish defenses. But yeah, we're gonna have Ekim run, and okay, good, you can get tagged. Why is she running that way? Well, I guess that's fine. We're just gonna run south, hopefully not get tagged by the lancer. We did, and it didn't do that much damage. Her armor absorbed most of the shot. She's just bleeding slightly. We're now gonna have her try to just line of sight this lancer if she can. Okay, very good. And now the lancer's aggroed on these insects, which is perfect. We open up this tome and oh crap, she's getting hit by the centipede. She didn't get hit badly though, just a couple bruises. And yeah, we're just gonna have her run way south while those mechanoids hopefully aggro these insects, and we might be able to clear out this tome and get some of this insect jelly. There's quite a lot here. And yep, they're all aggroed in. Okay, they actually opened up these caskets, so we actually might want to get in here. We're gonna have Ekim come back up here and try to grab some of this stuff inside while these insects are distracted by these mechs, and they're actually going for the siege breaker too, and the centipede's just getting mobbed down. We're gonna Ekim strip all these guys if she can, and they have some good stuff on them. Like there's some gold here, some components, some plasteel. There's also a tech print for cataphract armor. I'm not sure if we can actually use that. I think we need a high-tech research bench in order to use that, but yeah, let's grab all this gear. And crap, there's a spelopede aggroing on us. Okay, maybe we'll just get out of here. I don't think we want to deal with these insects. And there's a spelopede on Ekim right now. We're gonna hope that she can not get tagged by it. Really? Can you hit it? It's raining, which is unfortunate. Please hit it. Don't let it. Okay, it hit her, but didn't do any damage. The armor absorbed the shot, and now she's got some distance. Please just kill it. Hit it again. Headshot. Very nice. Another hit. Thing is really slow now. I did have her form a caravan before this whole thing, and yeah, she's gonna be able to get out of here, I think. There's a bedroll over here, but yeah, we don't really care about that. She doesn't have a bedroll, but that's fine. We just want her to get out of here. And nice, she did not have a mental breakdown. That would have been really bad if she did, and possibly fatal. We were playing with fire there a little bit, but yeah, she made it out. But yeah, we made it back home, and our prisoner that we were escorting, Dinwoodle, went into a berserk rage. So we're gonna have Wrangle, our new Revian, level up her melee skill a bit and knock him out, which she was successful at doing. She did apparently bite his leg, that's bleeding, but overall the guy's okay. Oh yeah, the guy was actually carrying our legendary great bow. It's good that he didn't get away somehow. Now the question is, how much resist is the guy gonna have? He has 24. Oh, that's so much. All right, well, we're not gonna wait for these guys to decide to join us, because yeah, this base just blows for the most part. We're gonna deconstruct everything that we can. I do not have the minify everything mod going, so there are a lot of things that we can't actually move, like for example these coolers, all the walls, this vent for example, which we shouldn't even have the vents. I built that before I removed all of our tech. But yeah, we've uninstalled pretty much everything that we can, and we're not going to leave Crapstown behind, and we're going to head over to the Polar Bear Clan's capital of Dodildil. So first thing I noticed when we made it over there is Eubanks was no longer our prisoner for some reason. It's definitely some kind of bug. I think it might have to do with the fact that she was from the refugee quest earlier. I think there might be some kind of weird interaction there. Since this is a bug, and if we do have everyone try to beat her down, we're probably gonna end up killing her. I went to the dev mode, and we're gonna damage her until she's down, just so we don't kill her, and then we're gonna have Kenzo stabilize her up. Because yeah, Dinwoody is still our prisoner, and the guy's not gonna try to escape yet. I think he will if we don't put him in a prison cell ASAP. And there actually is this ruins over here that we can potentially make a makeshift prison cell out of. Deconstruct some of these walls. We do actually have some extra steel as well. And yeah, now we're gonna capture Eubanks, and we're gonna capture Dinwoodle. And with the rest of our people, we're now gonna use them to wage war on these Vikings. So a lot of them are melee from what I saw, and the waifu, by the way, is using the legendary bow, and it's actually owning so hard. We've tagged Goof Pheasant 3 out of 3 times, hit Newt as well, and yeah, that legendary bow is actually so good. She has not missed a shot yet, I don't think. Maybe she missed one. Oh, the guy's a shield, by the way. We can use that shield. We killed another one of them. Very nice. These guys are, yeah, they're pretty weak. They're really low tier. We got some really high tier stuff, and okay, well, there's the raid. That was not a very difficult raid. Never mind, that's not the raid. There's apparently a lot more of these guys in here. That was just, I don't know what that was actually. It said these guys were sending us a raid as soon as we entered, and I guess that was like their scouting party or something. But yeah, okay, there's a lot more of these dudes. We're not gonna actually hold a line behind this barrier. This is like a concrete barrier. It's not a full wall, it's just like a half wall, and we can shoot over it, and you can use it as cover and stuff. But we decided not to hold there, because yeah, these dudes are definitely making it through. And yeah, we actually stunned Orange Reindeer, by the way, with waifus. Oh, we got another stun with her great bow. There's a 10% chance to stun. And we're just owning these guys. Like, they are just not high tier enough for us. Which, okay, their base was destroyed. No one even got hit throughout that whole thing. And let's see if we can knock any of them out. That'd be really good if we could. Looks like maybe not. And that guy's dead. Runeston, can we knock you out? Nope, they're all dead. Alrighty, well, to the victor goes the spoils, and we now need to set up a bedroom ASAP and some kind of dining room and stuff. Oh, there's actually a nice bed in here. It's a sheep wool double fur bed. Oh, and there's, holy crap, 124 smoke leaf joints in here, plus 12, plus 34. I guess these guys are running a smoke leaf joint operation, because yeah, there's a bunch of smoke leaf plants over here ready for harvest. We're gonna smoke the crap out of these, and everyone's just gonna have a party, I guess, because people are in really bad moods right now. Let's check out this room, another bedroom. It's a really tiny one. This thing is not regulation size, that's for sure. Yeah, everyone just wants to sleep. I guess we'll just let them sleep, and we'll have Kwai Waifu just explore the rest of the stuff. Oh, there's a stallion over here that was a part of their clan. Kwai Waifu is auto attacking it. Oh, and there's a Henfatal table over here, which is cool. We couldn't actually build this, so this will be some recreation that we had no access to. We got some armchairs over here too. Nice little setup there, and this is a nicer room, by the way. It's got an end table for us, a dresser. We can't actually build an end table or a dresser dresser yet, so that's really nice for someone. Next, let's check out this room over here to the east. There's a lot of strawberry plants out here. They're not fully grown, and we got a bunch of meat in here and some berries. Well, Kwai Waifu probably cooked that up ASAP. And there's 2 stoves in here. Wow, these guys were cooking up. And oh, very nice barracks room in here. They have a nice setup with these beds all being connected to end tables and the dresser. This would be a really nice prisoner cell. So yeah, that's probably what we'll use this room for. If not, maybe like a makeshift barracks for now. And actually, yeah, some people are already claiming these beds. We'll just use them for now. And we got, what is this room in here? This is some kind of gathering area, I guess. This could be used as a throne room. It looks like this would be a good place to do some speeches. They had some green carpet in here too, which is kind of surprising for Vikings. One would not think that Vikings have the ability to build carpet, but maybe all this green carpet is like some grass that they've laid on the ground and called it carpet. I don't know. And down here, there's some really nice gear actually. There's some legendary stuff. There's this legendary Guardian helmet, which offers a good amount of protection, 118% to the head, and gives a little bit of melee hit chance, but lowers shooting accuracy. So this will be good for one of our tanks. It also increases trade price improvements. So I guess we'll give this to someone that's going to be doing our trading runs, and that will give us a better trade price. And we also got this legendary Guardian chest piece, which gives a lot of protection actually to the chest, 140% almost. It does have some negatives though. It's really bad for melee because it lowers dodge chance and lowers movement speed by a lot too. And lowered movement speed also affects dodge chance. So this is really going to be bad for someone that's wanting to do melee. This would definitely be better for a ranged character though. Someone that's just going to kind of be sitting there and not trying to kite at all. Maybe someone that's manning like a minigun. It has a lot of enchants on it too. Wilderness doesn't seem that good. It increases hunting stealth, slightly more foraged food amount. Health is actually pretty good. It increases immunity gain speed. So we can give this to someone that's sick. They'll get over their sickness quicker. And also it gives them less toxic sensitivity, which is only really good for toxic fallout, I think. I don't usually see toxic being a thing in this game for the most part. We also got dispersing, which increases armor against blunt attacks, which does not affect that much, only fists, club impacts, and rock falls. But then adaptation's actually nice, increases global work speed and learning rates. It's just that since it lowers movement speed, it's not really going to be that good for someone that's trying to move around. So maybe we'll give it to someone that's pretty stationary, someone that's maybe like doing art full time and they'll work quicker and learn quicker. We also got another one of these melee helms. It is masterwork. And then we got some more stuff down here, a legendary shield. It's got the wilderness enchant. Again, not really a fan of that one. The shield offers 63% protection. That's not much, especially because it's legendary. I think that dog leather is not the best material, but it does protect the neck, torso, arms, and hands. So we'll definitely use this on probably Ross. Ross is the one using the crypto hatchet, and then we'll combine that with the legendary shield, and then we'll give her maybe like the legendary or the masterwork helmet, and she'll be really tanky. You know, let's see what's in this room. Again, a really nice bed setup, and this would be another good prisoner room. And I even noticed they had a masterwork shield down here. It's a night leather shield, 50% protection. We'll give that to a melee character, and then an excellent one too, which gives 45% protection. So yeah, these guys were crafting up a storm. They had 3 smithies actually to help them craft, and they had 2 tool cabinets. These are actually really nice because they cost a lot of steel. They increase the work speed by 6% for nearby production buildings, and I believe they stack up to 2. So that's really cool that they had those already pre-built for us. We don't have the tech for that yet. And over here to the east, we got quite a few blocks. We got like some marble blocks. Granite's actually really good for walls. We're gonna need to wall this base in. We got some wool and quite a bit of steel actually. We'll definitely use this stuff to try to wall ourselves in ASAP. And let's see what else we got. We got 3 more rooms down here, 3 more buildings. And in here we got some statues, quite a bit of statues actually. Wow, 6 statues. We got an art bench already. We did bring our own art bench, but it's nice they had one ready for us, and a couple more beds in here. And they had some shelves as well. I don't think we have the tech to build shelves yet, so that's nice. Down here we got 2 more of these henfotel tables. I think they're like the Viking version of chess, I guess. And then we got another really tiny bedroom in here. So it looks like we're not going to be low on bedrooms right now. What are we shooting at? Oh, that horse, I guess. And in here we got a lot of hay. Looks like they were really caring for their animals. They're growing a lot of hay over here too. Tons of hay actually. Look at this freaking hay field. This thing's massive. But yeah, this is our new base, and I think with that we're gonna end this episode. I don't know how long we're gonna stay here because we don't really have mountain protection. Like, this area is just really in the open. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in our interest to stay here long term, but we will use this as a base for now. Here's our wealth, and it's extremely high, but there's a lot of things we can do to lower it. We can get rid of a lot of stuff we have just kind of lying around the base that's not really doing anything. We're gonna load up a lot of goods on a massive trade caravan, and we'll be doing that at the start of the next episode. If you guys did like it, then drop a like. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.